thing I want to go over is these carbon fiber props. I bought these as an upgrade. There was a lot of problem with the factory props from Blade. I got my Blade, what was it, April, May, sometime around there. They came out last September of 2013, and I guess the props that they came with started failing right here in the props, and people would fly them and then just have prop failure. The blade would, fall from however many feet they were flying and crash and whatever. So Horizon Hobby came out with what you call a B prop. Okay, all the ones that are shipped nowadays, and probably since about February, actually it goes back to October and November of 13. They came with what you call a B prop. They'll have a B stamped on the props from the factory. I flew these for 10, 12, 15 flights, and I didn't see anything wrong with them. I like the way they accelerate. If I had to say anything, they're pretty flimsy. I mean, it's extremely flimsy, so that creates a lot of noise. So what I did is I hopped on eBay, and a company called Xtreme came out with these carbon fiber props. It's a direct replacement for the blade. They come with these adapters similar to the blade. The only thing I did not like about these carbon fiber props is when you hook this adapter up, okay, these screws that they give you, I don't know if it's a common problem, but these little screws they give you to screw on these, they were actually, I don't know, maybe 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters too long. So what they did is they actually was touching the top part of my motor. When it spun, it clicked, and I thought something was wrong with my motors, and it turned out that you could see in the top of my motors that there was little indentations from where the actual bolt, when it's screwed down into these things, it was too long. So I actually called the seller, or emailed the seller that I bought them off of from eBay, and asked him if he had any ideas, and he said obviously he never heard anything about it. He sold hundreds of sets of props and no problems, but they're straight up too long, at least the batch that I got. I was told they're supposed to be 7 millimeters. I'm not 100% sure how tall they are. Actually, let's measure them. Alright, so I'm going to take my my 2 millimeter. This is my 2 millimeter wrench, or screwdriver, whatever you want to call it. I'll take this out. Let's measure it. A caliper here. Yeah, see, these are almost 10 millimeters long. They're supposed to be 7. Let's compare them to these right here. These are some adapters I got off of eBay. They're little CNC machined adapters. I don't know, they're $15 or something, so I thought that might solve my problem so I could run my carbon fibers. I did see when they did get here, this screw, this is the one that comes with this one. This screw is the one that comes with this one, okay? And let me zoom in a little bit for you. That is obviously a little longer of a screw. So this one right here came with this adapter. This one right here came with these. These came factory with the Xtreme Carbon Fiber props. Like I said, these were a tiny bit too long. If you look at them, I mean, I know that it's going to be hard to see, but when you're dealing with radio control, I mean, you're talking millimeters here, okay? And as you can see, they are actually longer, okay? Straighten those up a little bit for you, just to be equal. Okay, so they're longer. So that actually didn't work for me. So I got those adapters, and so far so good. I you know, tell you the truth, I've flown one time with them, and they work just fine. So these, like I said, I got off of eBay, and they were 15 bucks. They're 15 bucks, so I think they're pretty much worth the money. Basically what they do, and they actually look pretty decent. Put them on like so, and that's how they look. And you put them on your blade, and you know, these are plastic. Okay, these aren't that great. The first 2 or 3 reviews I saw on these on YouTube, people were cranking these down, not even super tight, but they were cracking the plastic right here. So, you know, obviously when I get them, I'm like, okay, well, you know, don't screw them down too tight, but these are your props. You want to make sure they're screwed down tight. You know, it's not torquing a lug nut or anything like that, but at the same time, I mean, you've got quite a bit of power coming from these blades, and you want to make sure they're torqued decently. Okay, so